This way, Brutus. Come on. Come. So if you've watched the older videos, or if you've been watching a lot of our videos for quite a while, this is Brutus. He used to be in a lot of the earlier videos. The reason why he hasn't been is because he's really sick. As you can see his rib cage right here, and you can see his spine. He just went to the vet yesterday, and even though he's got a lot of energy, he collapsed a day before, and he's really sick. The vet literally said he's got days, even though the Prime van is right there, and he is alert. What has happened was, originally a few days ago, or a few months ago, the vet said he had pancreatitis. And then after that, they said he had a ruptured spleen with a mass the size of a small apple, or the size of your fist, in his spleen, and it possibly ruptured and it's possibly bleeding. And then they got more imaging done, and he is decided to have now kidney failure, renal failure. And so his left kidney is failed, and the combined kidneys have only got 75% failure. So he's still got days, according to the two vets, two doctors, two veterinarians. He's got days, but so what happened was, we got Brutus in 2015 after one of my Afghanistan tours. He was being fostered by my friend's wife's brother, who was a police officer. What happened was, the police had raided a house who had a puppy farm who grew super huge, super aggressive dogs for fighting. And so they raided this farm. They took about 60 puppies. This guy in front of us was named Bon Jovi. And so he was this beautiful little puppy, very adventurous, very brave, very energetic. He was being fostered, and as soon as I saw him we were at a party, they brought him over that night. I wanted to adopt him, and they said absolutely, but he's not a beginner dog. He has really aggressive tendencies. You really have to know what you're doing. And I said, I've got experience with dogs in the war. I can train him. I can give him the discipline he needs. And that's what we did. I had taken him. Very affectionate dog. He's an American Staffordshire. And so what happened was, he grew up with my Chow Chow Jack. And really one of the most affectionate dogs, one of the most loyal, pleasing dogs. Pit bulls are great animals. He is great around kids. This boy has so much patience, and we'll have kids lying on him. 8-year-olds, teenagers will go put him on his side and just lay down on him and just go to sleep on top of him. He loves it. So at his biggest, he grew up to be 109 pounds of solid mass, solid muscle. And you can see his collar here. That last ring, his collar would go to that last ring and still have one finger I'd be able to put underneath. Now I had to create another hole. He lost so much weight from being sick. His collar still has so much room. You can see all that gap in between there. And he's pulling right now. He sees the Amazon driver, and he wants to do his job. His job was to guard us and to guard the property and to be a service dog. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, he lost from 109 pounds. He went down to 50 pounds in a matter of months because of his injury, his being sick. And so, getting back to my story where he was a fighting dog, he got to 109 pounds. He's an American Staffordshire Pit Bull. And usually they get up to 60 pounds, 70 at the largest. But he got up to 109 pounds and he had a lot of energy. So I focused his energy into guarding. I taught him a lot of commands that we normally use in the military. He learned so well. One time I was training outside with a practice punching bag called Bob. You can look that up. He looks like a man with no arms, no legs. He's just a torso with a waist. And I said, look at that from about 100 feet away. And I think he mistook my talking and heard attack. And before I finished my sentence, he was running 100 feet away, and he had knocked this punching bag off its feet onto the ground, and he was going at it. He is a great guard dog. He is a great at listening and obedient. And I actually taught him how to be a service dog. Also, I suffer from many combat wounds, PTSD, all that good stuff. And what he would do is when I would have an episode, he would either come underneath me. He was so strong, he could pick me up to my knees, or he would sit beside me. If I didn't recover, he would go actually get help from someone in another room and bring them to me, or he would sit beside me until I recovered. And so he's not licensed as a service dog, but he could perform its duties. I could tell him to sit and stay in one place. He'd wait there for 10 minutes. I'd come back. He'd still be there. Perfect in cars, wouldn't run out as soon as the door opened, etc., etc. Really good service dog. Pit bulls are fantastic animals. Good friends, very loyal, very eager to please. Wow, I had a thing that I was going to say, but I totally blanked. But you can see here, he's got, where he was total muscle, you can see his rib cage even from behind. You can count the ribs. You can count his spine, all the notches on his spine. My poor boy. I'm going to, wait, good boy. Wait, good boy. Sit, stay. Come. Good boy. Good boy. What a good boy. I was going to try to get some action shots of him and stuff like that. I just... Did you hear something? He loved to go into the forest. He loved to run around. He'd find and track a deer. All that good stuff. We've got bear coming through here. We've got a huge cougar that came in here last year. I haven't seen her since, but just kind of want to put this out to you why you haven't seen him in the last few months in our videos. You'll probably see an uptick of older videos of him, just as a memory. Yeah, we're going to be trying to do a lot with him. He cannot eat anything but his prescribed food. If we try to feed him anything else, I'd like to give him everything he wants. I want to give him steaks and stuff like that. Because he is only a few days away, he can't. He vomits. He's in pain. He'll eat it, but I don't. The whole idea is to not have any pain for him at all. And so we've got to stick to the diet. We'll give him chicken, we'll give him rice if he can stomach it. Not too much, because I don't want him in pain. I don't want him to throw up and all that good stuff. So even in his last days, he's gotta stay with his diet. Come on, Brutus, what's wrong? You don't feel good? A lot of time lately, he can't walk too far because he gets tired. Worst of all, because of renal failure, he gets super thirsty and his body cannot process it. A lot of urea and creatinine build up, and that's not a good thing if you cannot expel it. You just want to wait? You want to rest for a little bit? Huh? You want to rest for a little bit? And so I just kind of wanted to give you an update and just take as many videos, spend as much time with them as I can. Like I said, the vet said they'll be there for us anytime within their working hours, and they'll help us with any of his stuff that we've got to do for him. Okay, we'll go home. Looks like he wants to go home. He doesn't want to continue on our walk through the woods. So thank you for watching. I can give him a hand signal and he'll react. I don't have to give him verbal commands. And wait there. Good boy, Brutus. Good boy. Can you say bye to everybody? Sit. Good boy. Good boy.